my God!
Wow, so yeah, don't know. It's hard to start this day's episode because obviously, well, you won't see this until I catch up editing the videos. But obviously, Simmo's passed away, and yeah, my phone's just blowing up at the minute because I'm trying to organise obviously the funeral side. It's one of those things that you don't really think about, that when someone dies, that someone has to actually organise collecting the body, what to do with it, like all that side of things that I didn't really realise either. I'm trying to do that, and then obviously I'm getting loads of messages and stuff for people that, you know, thoroughly sort of love them. So it's hard. I'm literally getting phone calls off people who I haven't seen for years, just obviously saying stories about it and stuff. But I don't know how much work I'm going to be able to get done today on the extension. So I've just come to get profiles from Alexander Steele, and I'm just going to call into the student job as I'm like literally round the corner. So I'll have a little look at this now, and then yeah, I don't know obviously how much I'll be able to get done today, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of people ringing me obviously about Simmo, so I will try and record as many of them as I can, because I'm sure his daughters and his son and his family would like to know obviously all the good stories and all the fond memories people have got of him. And then I'll try and figure out somewhere that we can have sort of a wake for him. One of the pubs he used to go to, but he's barred for most of them, so I don't know whether, I don't think obviously now he's passed he'll still be barred. But yeah, his daughter was laughing this morning about that, saying like, you know, when they went out, literally he was everywhere they tried to go, they were like, you're barred, or he'd get in somewhere and then he'd get thrown out because he'd be smoking in the toilets or doing something he shouldn't. So yeah, I'm sure as I go through today there'll be loads of fond memories from the lads and, you know, others who've worked with him. So it's obviously very sad what's happened, and for me it's sad in like the circumstances it's done, because it's, you know, absolutely freezing out there now, and I just feel like it could have been avoided. But I just want to try and be a positive spin on everything today, so I'll try and just think of all the good things and all the good memories with him, and we'll share them with everyone. Oh, you hear me? That's a good sign. Tiles. Lewis in as well? Or not yet?
Not yet, no.
Let's have a look. What's your fondest memory of Simmo? I've got too many, like. I've got too many stories of him.
Just cracking on and keeping places clean.
Yeah. Except when he's pooing on the job.
I'm sure he's still clean that up. Do one more of them, yeah. So this bedroom here, it's going to have a small door. That one there is probably going to have a small door. That opens as 900, just over 900.
Yeah.
This one is smaller.
Is that just so you can have a nib?
That one's 810.
I'd rather he made the doors bigger than...
Well, that nib's literally for illustrated purposes. It's not,
Oh, right.
it's not accurate.
So what have we got? What have we got from there to there though? Because even if we do door frame to door frame, I'd rather do that.
It's 940. So you go about under, just over 910.
Do door frame to door frame on that corner. Yeah. And that way we can get the arc in above and it won't look weird. Yeah. and then you'll get an arc. You should be able to get an arc on this side and that side, yeah. And that way we'll get a proper door on. So $8.50 it is for the door on a stud.
As in the opening we leave.
The opening. So if you leave $8.50, you'll get a fire frame in with a 30-inch door.
I mean, we just also do the same again there, then, do we?
Yeah.
So give us $8.60. Probably won't get an arc on the inside there.
Yeah.
But you will.
I'd rather have a 30-inch door than a smaller door and an arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smaller doors then would make it feel smaller.
Yeah. So I know you've done well here, haven't you?
So, yeah, well that means I can throw that stuff in.
Oh, it's sad that like Gary, Joe and that have had all the tools robbed.
Oh yeah, that's mental. I thought...
But why, don't leave your tools, and we don't leave anything.
I drive past there,
Yeah.
pick the kids up. I'd go down this way and back up there. Thought it looked like they had all like new windows and doors in, so... I've done well getting in if that was the case. Can you grab some corner ones, please?
That window. Bit high, innit?
That's where the external roof comes.
That's where the roof is. We might have to do it and take that out.
Bolt and fire escape.
Yeah. So you'll have to bring it down and we'll just take that roof out and build a flat.
Yep.
Yeah? And we'll flash it. We'll do that.
Okay. What do we have to get down to, like?
What's he got next door?
Same as this.
It just stops there. Let me check, because I know...
Floors may vary, but it's not that much, only 100 to 200 mil.
Sound, and then you just got the studs marked out up here.
Yeah, I didn't rush to do that because
You don't do the roof.
in next week, and the plan is to do that front roof with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd wait till the front roof's in, yeah.
It would just be a pain if the studs are up and they're trying to do that. So
Sound.
at the minute,
Where are we up to on the roof?
still just needs to be.
Fiberglass. We could use EPDM. Because we're not creating the upstand, are we? 100% waterproof.
How would we finish it over this side where it runs up?
Just run it up. Just run it up and the tiles go over it. I think that's better, don't you? I'll speak to Sam, yeah. Because I know he's had issues on some of the other roofs, haven't he? Fiberglass. Like the fan and that.
I was mentioning about that other stuff.
Yeah. But EPDM, done. One day, done. And then the roof window can just sit on it. Yeah, I can do that. Right, sound, I better get to this extension job. Radio. How's it looking? You can probably still go over that, you know. You could probably go over that now with the thing. Yeah. Should we put Django Murray on or whatever it's called? Mungo Jerry. Have you checked them profiles? How mad the way you were talking about him yesterday?
I've reset this one, so
Yeah.
it's going on the internal course anyway, you know, Andy.
No, you've got the things that go over, you can do both courses.
Oh yeah.
Remember, you've got them angles. You've got the angles that you can put on.
Yeah, man.
But how mad we were talking about Simmo yesterday?
I know. Lad, I was saying that to Ronnie before, because non-stop talking about him taking the piss.
And he was dead at that point, though.
Yeah.
How did you find out, Andy?
Last night, the woman who like was resuscitating rang me. Said how he was obviously sleeping on the streets, wasn't he? He come into a pub at like 7 in the morning, was banging on the door, and like asked him for like, said he was freezing. So she like let him in, went and made him a cup of coffee, come back out, and he was sad, innit?
Character like Ronnie. Simmo.
Yeah, you hardly seen him when he was a pest, hasn't he? I've had loads of people ringing me saying like, oh, remember when he was doing this, remember when he was doing that?
We get the most entertainment out of Simmo.
Hey.
You done? Do you want to get some block and mix and that ready for us, and then see if we got any boards, Lon? It's just have we got any insulation left? We've got loads of insulation left, haven't we? Let's take that back. What's your favourite memory of Simmo then? My one was when we hired Ronnie, and Simmo was going, well, I'm the oldest here, blah, 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 blah. And we were like, you're not anymore. And he was like, what do you mean I'm not the oldest? We were like, Ronnie's older than you. And he was like, go away. He's going, and he's wounded, lad. He was like, I think he started coming to work earlier and stuff, working harder, because he thought, hey, I haven't got that excuse anymore to being the oldest.
That way it's your favourite memory, because you've got a bit more work.
Got it.
You've got a bit more value for your money, lad. Look here, now.
Christmas works too.
Yeah. Oh, when he bounced in with his landlord?
I thought no one goes no Simmo, because Simmo's got the stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, he turned up.
No, I rigged it up, so
Oh yeah, you went and got him gear, didn't you?
You go boss shirt, right? A fucking you go boss jacket about 400 quid's worth.
You're leaning there, Phil.
Trousers, right? So,
Put it on that way. Put it on that way, the level.
so he turned up at the works too. With the you go boss shirt on and that jacket, but he dropped a tie around the collar of the you go boss fucking shirt and squeezed it out so the collar was like that. And then he had that big fucking like zombie fucking gangster coat.
Yeah, the coat with his trilby.
So he still looked a mess.
He used to love trilbies, lad.
Oh, he's that shit, he's fucking ass.
It was funny when he told a racist joke to me, man's fella, he was black.
Did he? Not realising?
Oh, he realised he
Just
stuck an old man. It was a different day back in his day to get away with saying stuff like that. And then when he told him to get out, he was like, I didn't mean you, I meant the Chinese. You little Chinese woman at the bar fucking run on him.
Mate, he used to get through out of everywhere. Mainly for falling asleep. He was barred from the Brookhouse because the fella, have I told you this? So, you know our staff night out was meant to be in the Brookhouse?
Yeah.
We've had it in there like every single year.
Yeah.
And I went in with Simmo after work one day for a beer, and he went, fella went, you're bad, get out now. And like Simmo starts going, oh mate, and I was like, oh, hi mate, like, you know, what's the problem sort of thing? And he went, he's bad, he's not coming in. And I went, oh, like, what's he done? He went, well, he fell asleep on the radiator.
Yeah.
And Simmo had told me beforehand that he was bad. And I was like, well, go in, we'll see. I'll speak to them. I said, you just keep your mouth shut and I'll try and sort it for you. So we walk in, fella goes, you're bad. Goes, he's not coming in, mate. And I went, what's he done, mate? He went, well, he fell asleep on the radiator. And Simmo went, just out of nowhere, just went, no, I didn't, you fucking lying little cunt. He's going, I'll fucking smash your face in. And I just turned around to Simmo and I was like, lad. I was like, and the fella went, just looked at me and shrugged and went, look, just went. And I went, no worries, mate, see you later. And we'll have to go somewhere else for this Christmas too. Oh mate, his landlord was funny as well, wasn't he?
Kenny on the Kenny.
No, oh yeah, do you remember him?
Kenny on the Kenny.
You
don't know the man in the black mask.
He's going, I'm gonna batter that Kenny, mate. He used to say, when he used to bring that suitcase around with him, he used to have 2 suitcases, lad, full of CDs. And I used to go, why are you bringing them round? He's going, because I don't want anyone to rob them. And I was going, let's have a look at them. And I opened them up, mate, and they were all absolutely gone. You know what I mean? Like the worst CDs ever. All like scratched and whatever. And he was like, wouldn't leave them anywhere.
They were his prized possessions, Andy.
I don't know what's happened to them now, though.
I don't other man's rubbish.
And then, do you remember when he won the $7.5 grand? And he dumped it all in the alleyway and just got a bus to town, lad. What made me laugh about that was like, he's got $7.5 grand in his pocket. Well, 6.5 because he tipped the bookies $1 grand. That's what he's like, lad, tipped the bookies $1 grand. And he didn't get a hotel. Homeless fella. He didn't get a hot bath or a shower. He just literally slept on the street with 6.5 grand in his pocket.
Wow.
I remember the woman ringing me going, "Hi mate, yeah, he's here. Little homeless fella, he's got loads of wads of cash on him, buying everyone bevies." I was like, "Nah, wrong person." I was like, "That can't be him, nah." She was like, "Nah, that's defo him. I've seen the photo of him on Facebook."
I wound him up for ages over that. I said, "You won 7 grand, you didn't even buy me a pint."
Yeah.
Wow. But,
He just went to town buying random people pints, lad.
well, I got it.
Oh yeah.
And toast. And toast.
I was watching a video of him this morning, and he was going on about drinking Guinness, and I was like, "Why'd you drink Guinness?" And he was like, "Because it replaces a meal." Yeah, he was like, "Well, if I have a pint of Guinness, I don't have to eat my dinner." So on this, obviously, any condensation that's in the cavity, we don't want that trickling down, obviously hitting this inside brickwork, blockwork, and obviously causing any damp. So we step it down, and then what we've got to do is put weep vents. So how far apart do you reckon these weep vents can be, Phil? If you were thinking if there was like loads of condensations dripping down. Oh, not far, 900. So every 900 we'll put one of these like that, and then obviously in between the blockwork, and that way any water that sits behind the blockwork, obviously eventually when it builds up, will find its way out using these. So these are the ones that you'll see. I can't remember the guy's name now, the surveyor who always goes around new builds, and the brickies always forget to put them in. And what they do is just drill a little hole and like cut them and make it look like there's one, but it's not actually in. So we'll make sure we get these in because we don't want any condensation in the cavity, especially nowadays with everything getting more and more energy efficient. And I have forgot something. I forgot the insulation, so I'm gonna have to go and pick that up. So we use PIR insulation in this, so the regs are changed, so you can either keep it full, which is like, you know, the flexible stuff that you see when you get in bags, comes in like rectangular blocks. You can use that, but to do that you've got to make the cavity bigger. However, planning haven't changed their regs, so you can still do a 3 metre extension, say, so you're losing another 50 mil off the internal dimensions of your house. So to get around that, you can keep the same size cavity, same walls, and you can just use PIR insulation. So that's what we'll be doing, because we want to, and it's got it's a better product than the earth, will they say. It's just more fiddly than the cavity slabs are dead easy to slot in. But yeah, right, we'll get so we can only probably go a few block high anyway before we need to put an insulation in. So we've just come off the extension job because these have been delivered. So what these are tanks for the toilets that we've put in. So these are just going to get buried in the ground, and we can get obviously the toilets connected. But we just realised that we've obviously dug the trench, and I wanted them dropped off at the other one, but put them there in front of the bits. But yeah, the plan is to have it going into one and filters out, runs into the next one, and that way, you know, we're bulletproof. We're only getting them emptied getting them emptied half as much, because we can get it all done in one go then. Oh, this is turning into like a van vlog lately, but I forgot to film at the end then. We were 2 blocks high on the internal and external on the side extension, and then we just started blocking the rear bit. But how's that the road? But yeah, ran out of time and money. It's my mum's birthday meal today, so we're just going to go out for a meal for that, and I've got to be there in 25 minutes. I've got to go home and get showered and changed and then go, so I might be a bit late, although I'm always late because I'm a builder. Much as you try and say, oh, I'm not going to be that type of builder, you just can't help it sometimes when you've got that much on. I've struggled to film today because I've just been doing so much. I've spoke with one of my friends. He's got his uncle, his uncle is a funeral director, and they own he's the landlord for it as well. So I've spoke to them and they've given us some advice. So Simmo's daughter should qualify to be able to get a grant, a government grant, to help towards obviously the funeral costs, which would help. We've obviously the money that we've raised to try and help buy a house for Simmo to live in. Obviously all that's going towards the funeral, and since obviously putting it out on social media, that amount has now nearly quadrupled, and it's amazing that many people have, he's touched that many people's hearts, that they're willing to, put the money in the pocket and donate money to obviously helping him with his funeral, with a good send-off. However, I just can't help, I'm going through different stages of sort of how I feel about this. I can't help but think, like, we started that GoFundMe, when we started the YouTube channel, and it was up to like £500 and something, 550, and to think that many people donated that much money to try and help find a house for Simmo, but then more people have donated to his funeral, and I can't help but think that like what I was thinking when I've got a house there and like he's sleeping rough, and I'm thinking, can I do more? And it's obviously I can. I could go every night and every minute of the day and make sure he's all right, but you've got to balance things. I can't help but feel like if people would have donated money earlier, maybe we could have helped him earlier and he'd still be alive. I don't feel like anyone in this day and age should be dying of cold. It shouldn't be. It's such a horrible. I've been like struggling while I'm laying block. I just keep thinking about it, thinking about him knocking on obviously the Weatherspoons, I think it was, and like saying he's freezing cold and he needs help, and you think like in this day and age there's people who are cold and can't get warm, and it's just it's mad. You think like you live in the UK and everything's as it should be, but that's not right. And then there's another, well, the bigger problem for him was gambling, and one of my mates was saying in the group that it's mad that it's so legal and so out there and reachable, and it's not tracked or anything, because that's what's made Simmo the way he is. He used to obviously he'd not eat so that he had money for a bet, and you'd think that is an illness sort of thing, but I don't know, it's hard. As you say, I'm going through these different things in my head, and then I'm thinking, put a positive spin on everything. Been speaking to his daughter, his sisters, so it's a bit of an awkward one at the minute, because obviously his daughter has reached out, got back in touch with her dad, and then they didn't know he was homeless, so they're wanting to try and help him not be homeless, but then obviously live in South Wales, and they're going through a bit of grief, thinking could they have done more and stuff, and it's like everyone's going the same thing, but I don't know if you can help people who don't want to be helped. And then I spoke to his sisters, so they've actually been in the hospital and obviously seen his body, I think. And I'm in the middle of this trying to think, well, I'm trying to help. We've got obviously raised this money now that we want to put towards his funeral and giving him a good send off. But then, like, who am I speaking to? So his sisters want to organise the funeral, his daughter wants to organise the funeral. They've asked me to sort of help both of them, and I'm like in the middle thinking, oh, but I'm trying to bring them both together so that it's one big, you know, happy family. So hopefully that'll be the case. And then, yeah, the amount of messages and calls I've had throughout the day from people, you know, with different stories, and it's just such a sad and sobering, like, experience at the minute. That, yeah, just everything you think about it, it's just so, and you feel like it's all avoidable. However, there must be people going through this with millions of things every single day, but yeah. Oh, but yeah, always trying to finish on a positive, that it's looking like he's going to have, you know, a good send off, and you know, there's going to be lots of people there. I'm looking forward to organising something where everyone can come, and his daughters and his son, like, they don't know him. They literally don't know from when they were 2 till now. So I'm excited for them to hear all the stories, and for people to, like, you know, chat to them, and it'll be almost like they get a sense of what the dad was like. Oh God, this is making me feel, it's making me feel sad now thinking of it like that. But there is literally, like, every time you mention it, I was just saying to Ronnie and Phil then and other people, and like, as soon as you mention it, they just go, oh, remember when he was doing this and that, and he's just like, everyone you mention to, they just smile, because they've got that sort of like thing with him, that he's just one of them people that you just instantly take a liking to, and you think, who's he? What's he doing? But yeah, I'll let everyone know in due course what we can get organised, and it'd be nice to bring everyone together and, like I say, give them a good send off and share everyone's memories and stories about him. That's the main thing of a funeral, isn't it? To celebrate his life, not, you know, dwell on what could and could not have been, and what could have changed and stuff. I think he's done very well to last to 64, considering he used to eat asbestos, and he smoked every single day, hardly ate, and slept rough for that long. So the doctors, I think, one of my mates who's a doctor says he's like a freak of nature. He goes against everything that hospitals tell you. But yeah, that is the end of Friday. Sad end to the week, but yeah, we'll pick up. I'm on the yard tomorrow with Ronnie and Phil. I'm going to try and get that moving and get stuff ticked off. And me mixer's come. It's landed in the UK. It's getting moved to Manchester now. I've just got my VAT bill through for it, so I need to pay that, and then I'll book another day with my dad to go and pick it up, because he quoted me, I think, £230 to move it from Manchester, because it's like a bigger load than the last one. But right, have a good weekend and stay happy, positive, and if you can take anything from what's happened with Simmo now, if there's someone in your life, or you know someone who needs help, or you haven't spoken to for a bit, or just check in on them, and if there's something you can do to help them, do it now before it's too late.